Really, since the 1800s, we've had this mentality that language arts education is about reading the classics, learning rhetoric, and memorizing silly grammar rules like never end a sentence with a preposition. I hear all these stories of frustration from public school teachers, private school teachers, homeschool parents. Almost everyone agrees that it's hard to get kids to write essays. It's hard to get kids to edit and improve essays. But we don't always spend enough time talking about why that is. Online, you'll find all sorts of reasons for why kids hate writing, ranging from the psychological to blaming it on developmental delays in language processing, or too much pressure, or some would even say not enough pressure. We set the stakes too low when students know that their mom and their English teacher are going to be the only two people who ever read this thing. Kids are creative and imaginative. It's not that they don't have ideas. Some people say kids don't read. Kids are saturated with media. But what happens in most schools is that creative impulses are beaten to death. Students are told to get off YouTube and that social media doesn't count as literature. And then when we make students read books they don't want to read and write essays they don't want to write, we're supposed to act surprised that plagiarism is rampant. And I'm not blaming teachers. In my own classes every year, I had students who would go to SparkNotes, go to Wikipedia, copy and paste and say, here's my essay, can I at least get a B- so I can pass this class? Who is that helping? What are they learning from that? This isn't a pitch for some snake oil kind of writing program. I'm not claiming to have it all figured out, but I know that effective writing curriculum has to be relevant. It has to be personal. It has to be purposeful. Students need to create something they want to create. When we stop acting like the way we've been teaching for the last 150 years is still what works for 21st century learners, that's when we're going to see real progress. And in the meantime, when we stop making education about the grade, about the standardized test score, but instead establish real reason for learning, that's when the grades and test scores will follow. Every student has a voice. My goal is to help them find it.